Are you Sarah Atwood?
Hi, this is Movie Crank, and today we're going to talk about Yellowstone Season 5B, Episode 11. What an episode. I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting such a payoff this early, but all the Kevin Costner drama aside, this episode actually delivers. So let's do a recap and go right into the details. Beth drives home from Texas, and together with Kayce, they feel something is wrong. In the present, Jamie sets the ranch up for sale, Kayce finds out the truth about his father's murder at the ME's, and meanwhile at the ranch, Beth is in talks about the future of the property with Chief Rainwater. Back at Jamie's, Sarah gets into tons of trouble. So we see another flashback around the time of the assassination. Beth drives home from Texas and feels a disturbance in the force.
I feel something terrible has happened.
Kayce feels it too. Meanwhile, some Black Ops soldiers enter the governor mansion and kill John Dutton, first drugging him, then shooting him with a pistol. Well, those absolute pieces of shit got their work cut out for them once Kayce and Rip are onto them.
You killed my father. Big mistake.
Back in the present day, Jamie is talking with ex-governor turned Senator Perry and the current governor's successor Rawlings. They talk about reversing the work John Dutton has done, since it hurts the income of the state. Jamie goes all in and discusses the sell parts of the Yellowstone, possibly having the government buy it. The governor disagrees with buying it, but supports the idea to get the property up for sale, since it creates jobs and brings in new revenue. Jamie really deserves to be hung by his nuts. I wish him all the worst. This new governor is as corporate as they get and would sell his own mother if it turned in profit. So there's enough enemies for the Dutton family to go after. And I wonder who they're gonna take out first. Now we're switching to Kayce going to the medical examiner. He insists on them to re-examine his father's body and wants to be present while they do it. They decline and want an order from the cops. Luckily, Kayce has some contacts and dials up the number of the detective in charge. Upon checking the body again, the ME finds traces of a struggle. Kayce chimes in that they might have snatched his father like Kayce's SEAL unit used to do it with enemies in Afghanistan. After the examination, the police changes John's cause of death to homicide. Seems like the tables are turning. The ME must really be fresh out of medical school. It's the governor for Pete's sake. And it's not like he doesn't have any enemies. His torso is sprinkled with bullet scars. She should have known better. At least Kayce is competent enough and hunts down the truth. Following the examination, Kayce suspects Jamie is behind the kill, but wants to look him in the eye before he jumps to conclusions. So he drives by his office. Kayce wipes the floor with Jamie, who weasels his way out of Kayce's hands by playing the victim card. He still makes an argument though, and Kayce spares him. He leaves him and swears to return with hard evidence. I can't wait for Kayce to find out that Jamie and Sarah plotted this whole thing. It will be glorious. Aware or not, he said yes to kill his sister and his father too, so he's gotta go down. So the news is out and the governor is in the hot seat. He holds a vote and rats out Jamie by recusing him from the investigation and handling the Yellowstone. Jamie is embarrassed and goes home. Well, he should have known there is no honor among thieves. In earlier seasons, I still felt some sympathy for Jamie, because he got into trouble protecting the ranch, by being dumb mostly, but now he should have known better and just confessed to his family. It's already bad, but now he's just in free fall. Meanwhile, Chief Rainwater visits Kayce and Beth at the ranch. His assistant, Mo Brings Plenty, accompanies him and talks to Kayce about his visions. Rainwater lays out his cards on that he's still interested in taking the land of the Yellowstone, but instead of building an airport and resorts on it, like his enemies, instead he wishes to preserve it, just as his ancestors used it as hunting grounds. Beth, in a rare event, respects his ideas, and they discuss what options they have. It's just a treat for the eyes and ears to hear Thomas Rainwater talk about the life of his ancestors and his ideas for the future of the ranch. He's the natural successor, and I hope they find a way for the Broken Rock Reservation to take the land, or at least have Tate inherit it and share it with his ancestors. But we'll see. Back at Jamie's house, Sarah is panicking. She saw the news of the newly found cause of death and knows the agency behind it won't take too kindly for being exposed. she tries to call them with a burner phone, but with no luck. Jamie comes home and they fight. He realized the mess she got them both into and they get physical. No, actually this time they just slap each other. And Sarah leaves. Jamie, the wimp that he is, tries to call her and apologizes. And ladies and gents, the scene of the episode is coming up. A car pulls up next to Sarah at a stoplight with a charming couple in it asking for directions. Sarah is confused, and after getting confirmation of Sarah's name, they gun her down and speed off. Yes! That's what you get, you dirty bitch! Man, I feel sick to have cheered for it like this. I don't even recognize myself. But that mean as hell woman definitely deserved it. Well, and that actually sums it up for this episode. I really enjoyed having more of Kayce in it. He commanded the screen, and I liked the way he handled ME's request for additional permits. To be honest, I wouldn't mind Kayce's actor Luke Grimes to helm the show after the season, but apparently he's in no talks yet, which is a bummer because he's a really compelling character when given enough screen time and development. Another thing I enjoyed were the scenes of Rainwater and Beth. You know, I like Beth's abrasive attitude to deal with bullshit people, but it's a welcome change to see her treat people aside from her dad and Rip with some respect and kindness. Also, to have Rainwater and Mo show up is always great. They're full to the brim with charisma and steal the show whenever they're on. I hope we'll get some more of them in future episodes, because so far in the series, they've been rather used scarcely, and I didn't like that. There's a lot to do with them actually, and they have a lot of story left to tell. So here's to no more flashbacks and even more action in the next episode. Who knows, maybe Rip takes some people to the train station. I would be up for it. I'm excited. So tune in next week to hear my thoughts on a brand new episode of Yellowstone. Thank you for staying this long till the end of this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you'll know when I crank out another video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.